Hello, everybody. Hi, it is Elaina with Elaina K. And I just wanted to come on here and I'm super excited to do this video because I get this opportunity to finally really just talk about this upcoming group coaching program called One Bright Soul that I'm excited that's going to be launching, and registration is going to be opening next week. And this is a group coaching experience, and it is a tribe that is going to come together. I'm going to open this about 3 to 4 times this year, so I'm not going to open it every single month. I don't feel called to do this. And this group coaching experience basically was created because I saw in all of the years of doing work with clients, the number one thing that I found was people was looking for community. Clients wanted a community to come together while they were working on their personal change and to really bounce ideas off one another, to witness other people's change and experiences happening. And it almost was like almost a motivation, a place for motivation. And I'm really excited, and I wanted to kind of just come on here to kind of share with you guys what it is One Bright Soul Tribe is really all about and what you can expect in the program in itself. So let's get started. So the program is a 4-week experience, and basically we launch the entire month off with a 2-hour live class. In this 2-hour live class, we're going to be together in this live experience. We're going to be doing our personal work. I'm going to be bringing forth a lot of channeled energy. We're going to dive deep into our messages and see what's coming up for ourselves. This is the mirror work part that I talk a lot about with people. And we're going to get honest on what is coming up for us right now in our life. And we start off the program with this specific place because this is one of the 3-step process that I take all of my clients through, regardless of what type of session or service you book with me. I really believe that we need to acknowledge where we are at, and this brings up the question of whether or not, do I really want this change to happen in my life? Like, what am I carrying that's creating these blocks for me that are holding me back from living my life that feels more connected, more joyful, a happy life, something that has purpose, right? And these blocks, once we recognize them, we can really understand how it is that we have to make a decision, I would say, in a sense, that are we ready to work through these things? Are we ready to see that I need to change how I approach my life with these old habits, this old story narrative I've been carrying with me for years? Like, we kind of work through this stuff. And then from there, we really dive deep into receiving a lot of energy and messages that are going to deepen through the 2 hours we come together. We're going to get a lot of channeled energy. I'm going to be leading you through all of this. And then we really create a really strong vision of what it is that you want your life to look like. And I don't mean from like having it all perfectly understood, but I'm talking more about trusting what's naturally and authentically is coming up for you. And once I say this with tremendous respect because a lot of people get really nervous. Like, I don't know what that looks like, or how do I know? And one of the things I want to offer you right now is we're not meant to have a perfect setup, a perfect story. One of the things that I love that Gabby Bernstein always talks about, and Esther Hicks with Abraham Hicks, there's this thing talking about understanding the next best feeling. And when we think about change that we want to have happen in our life, and we think about the life that we start to authentically connect with, that makes us feel really excited to wake up to, or that looks really nice in the sense where it makes us happy and we get excited about things. With that vision, that is kind of the creme de la. That's like the big topping of the world. That's the big vision. But how do we get there? And so what I take you through is kind of like that next best feeling step. We start to create goals, and we really focus on our goals and how are we going to use this goal, this next best feeling, to strive and connect with, to pull us away from this way we've been thinking about ourselves for so long, that ego mindset, those limitations, those fears. And this goal really then becomes kind of this guiding light in the month. And we break it down. We work week by week through this goal. We start to understand, like, maybe the goal, it could be about the next best feeling for you would be starting to work out again. And again, we're coming from a place of no perfection. We're coming from a place of like, I just want to work out again. Well, what does that look like? What authentically feels right? Obviously, we're not going to run 5 miles right off the bat, but does it look like walking 2 days a week? Does it like, how does that feel? We're going to really connect with that next best feeling goal energy. And in this experience, we're going to kind of create kind of this authentic plan that feels right. And it's not about being perfect. What starts happening is you start to connect with this beautiful new energy that just starts making you feel excited about things again. You start to have more pizzazz in your step. You wake up and you feel excited to do your journal work. You get excited that these little tiny shifts that are starting to happen, you feel them. And someone might say, wow, you look different, or wow, you seem happier. And that's the whole point of this, is to get you into this new rhythm, to connect you to the path you're meant to be on, that connection, that purpose, that happiness. It's almost reawakening to your authentic truth, what you're meant to do. It's about being happy again and understanding all of those blocks and all of those narratives and stories that you've been telling yourself. Like it's finally acknowledging them, that's what's been holding you back, and making this declared decision that you want change to happen. And when you get to this place that you want change to happen, then in that place, that is the most beautiful launching pad, that beautiful foundation, to launch off from, for you to build this new plan of action. And goals have to kind of come in here, because if goals are important, because they give us this guiding lights. And again, none of my programs and none of my services are about perfection, because I don't believe in perfection. I believe about being honest with yourself. I believe about being connecting with your authentic truth. I believe that every single one of us, if you're unhappy, when we decide to carve out that space and time to listen to what is happening for ourselves, what is coming up that, naturally speaks volumes to you, what's holding you back in this moment. You may not have everything understood, but just in that moment, maybe you heard a message about breaking up with your boyfriend. I don't know. Maybe it's about switching jobs. Maybe it's about eating clean, whatever it is. Maybe it's just being honest that you're not showing up. All of this is going to come up in the program, because what happens when you create time and energy and space to work on yourself? What needs to come up shows up every single time. And that is what I want. That is what One Bright Soul is about. It's about being that light, being that bright soul again, and recognizing all of this suppressed energy, the suppressed stories and narratives, the suppressed old habits that have been holding you back from living the life that you're meant to live. And if this resonates with you, then this is definitely the program for you. So again, 4 weeks, we start off with a 2-hour live class. And every week you're going to get a new homework assignment for the week. And it's going to have a theme attached to it. These are all energies I channeled in the last, few weeks. I heard it loud and clear of exactly what this class was going to look like this time around. I heard loud and clear the messages we needed to work on. I heard loud and clear that this group specifically was going to be about the desire for change. It was about showing up for yourself. It was about wanting to show up to life differently. And my job is to not hold your hand and pull you through it. My job is to walk side by side with you and help guide you to awakening back to yourself. And that is always, I believe, my role in how I serve with everything that I do. I want you to show up. I want those who are ready for change. I want those who are excited. And even if you don't know how to, you know that that's within you, but yet you don't know how to bring it, don't worry. It will show up. And all you need to do is by just deciding right now, if this resonates with you, decide right now that this is what you want. That in itself is the invitation to creating the change to happen. And from there, it will lead you through the experience. I say this with tremendous love because everything that I'm talking about, I've done for myself. I've had so many moments in my life where I didn't feel the most connected. I had definitely fallen off what I would call my own personal bandwagon. And I really had to understand that nothing was going to change unless I really wanted that change to happen. And I had to put one foot in front of another, but that foot could not have had made that first step without me first getting clear that I wanted change to happen and that I wanted my life to feel different. I wanted my life to look different. And I had to surrender the need for things to be perfect. I had to release and surrender my expectations of what life was supposed to look like and trust that I was going to authentically be led to exactly the next step to help me through my process to get me back into my personal alignments. And I can tell you, I've been through it. I've done this work. I'm always continuing to do this work. And I am very honest about that. And it has been the best part of my personal growth. The more authentic and honest I was with myself and with everyone in my community, the better the connections have always become. And I want you guys to know this, that me being your coach is about me being honest with you, you being honest with yourself, this trust relationship, trusting this journey, trusting this expansion, trusting all the messages that are coming forth. It's like the most beautiful experience ever. And I hope you'll join me. I'm going to be opening registration next week. I'm finalizing the last details. I'm going to be launching the link here very soon. You guys will be getting all access to it. It's 4 weeks. It's going to be 2-hour live class in the beginning, the first Sunday. And every week you get homework. We're going to do journal work. We're going to do some Reiki to really help you deepen that energy work for yourself. We're going to get raw and honest. We're going to show up as a community. We're going to share our growth through our journal work. We're going to have weekly sessions to reflect back on the last week, see what's happening, who is struggling, why are you struggling, what's going on, and kind of just really holding ourselves accountable, committing to ourselves, and also just really allowing ourselves to carve out this beautiful space for ourselves to make this time happen, to make change happen, to do personal growth, to work on ourselves. I don't think we do this enough for ourselves. I don't think we often show up for ourselves in this way. We show up for everyone else, but we don't show up for ourselves. And I really wanted to create this really safe and beautiful, connected community to come together to make this happen. So be on the lookout. I'm finalizing the last details. If this makes sense to you and if this resonates with you, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for things to happen for you. And I'm excited to meet you. And I can't wait for this program to get started. All right, guys, have a beautiful day.